Hey, how's it going? It's Cliff here. I'd like to introduce you to the K.C.A.P.S, and it's called the K.C.A.P.S Formula. And I used to be a salesperson working for Sky, and this is the formula that we used to use to measure our success. And it was a way of spotting easily our weak points and also our strengths as well. So hence, a great way of spotting your team's strengths and weaknesses. Okay, so K.C.A.P.S basically was a formula for measuring your strengths and your weaknesses for yourself and your team, and it's also a way of improving your strengths and also your weaknesses as well. So spotting them and then being able to improve on them. So it's an easy formula that you can. It's a mnemonic that you can remember quite easily. The K stood for knocks, how many doors you'd knocked on. The C was for contacts, how many contacts you made. A was for appointments, how many appointments made. P, presentations, so obviously presentations made. And then the S was for sales, so how many sales you made. So it's quite straightforward and it's easy to remember, and K.C.A.P.S is just a simple mnemonic. Okay, now I'm going to go into different videos explaining the K, what Ks are, because obviously in internet marketing world we don't go knocking on doors, but a telephone call could be likened onto a knock. So when we make a telephone call, that's like knocking on a door. Now somebody's not necessarily going to answer the telephone, so the same with a door. If someone answers the telephone and that's a person that's able to make a decision, and obviously over 18 years old and they are of sound mind, then that's a person you can speak to and become a potential sale, a potential customer. So that is a contact. Okay, if it's an underage or anybody that's suffering from any mental illness or anything like that, or too old or anything like that, that's a no-no. That's not a contact. Okay, so a contact is a person that is able to legally sign up with you into your business. That's a contact. So from your doors knocked, you make your contacts. Okay, so you write your doors, how many doors you've knocked on, how many contacts you've made, how many appointments you've made from them contacts, how many presentations you made from the appointments, and how many sales you made from the presentations. Okay, so that's the K.C.A.P.S formula. Now this is a simple formula that we used to use in a previous job that I was in working for Sky, but I've never seen it anywhere else. It's the only time I ever saw this, and this is a few years ago. I've had it in my mind for quite some time to bring this to the internet, and so here we are. I finally got round to it, and some things they take a bit of a back burner, but I realise how valuable this will be for teams and individuals, and also for team managers to measure their performance of their individual members, and to spot their weaknesses and their strengths. Okay, you might be good at K, you're really motivated and you're knocking on a lot of doors, you're making a lot of telephone calls, you're contacting a lot of people via Skype, Facebook. These are all knocks. Okay, and you're getting contact with people. You might be really good at making the contacts. You're great at making an appointment to come back and give them presentation. And on the presentation, maybe you lack the closing, for example. Because on a presentation, you're going to close that sale, close the presentation with a sale. Okay, so if your presentation skill is weak, although your presentations will still be high and good, if your presentations are weak, then your sales will be down. It will show in you the amount of sales that you make. So if the S is low, then that there's a problem in the presentation. Okay, so what we would do then is work on your presentation skills. Okay, so it's easy to see, and obviously I will have a video folder for the P, for the presentation skills, that the manager would send you to that video folder, and there'll be lots of videos in there to help you with your presentations. Okay, now likewise, your appointment making might be lacking. Your presentation skills might be fine, but you're getting few appointments. So you can see then that you're strong everywhere else, but your appointments making is not very strong. Okay, so I will have a folder for videos and all that kind of thing for appointments, for the A folder, for the appointments folder, and so your manager or your team leader would send you to that folder. Okay, so it's quite simple, and it's a great workload off your manager, because the guy that introduced me to this business, Edward Keith, is such a hard worker, devoted to what he does, a genius, and is always creating new ways and things to be able to help his people. He works tirelessly and all the time. It's a pleasure for me to work alongside this guy, and he's an inspiration all the time. But I know how hard he works, and I know how much effort he has to put in answering everybody's questions and things like this. It really is a drain. Okay, now to make things as simple as possible, to take that drain away, that all that energy, that is taken to be able to get where he is, we need a formula. A formula that basically points somebody, so a manager can look at your K.C.A.P.S, because when you go out and do your knocks or calling or whatever, you're going to write down how many K's, how many C's, how many A's, how many P's, and how many S's. Okay, so there's going to be a number formula there. Your team manager is going to be able to look at that, and straight away you can see where your strengths and weaknesses are. So then from there he's going to send you to a folder, either the K folder, the C, the A, the P, or the S folder. Okay, and that's going to relieve him of a lot of work, and there's still going to be a one-on-one thing, but it's going to be a lot easier for the manager to be able to do this in like where there's maybe 5 or 6 or maybe 10 or 20 or 30 or 40 people in a webinar or something like that, or a Google Hangout, or however you do it, so you're not just spending time with one person, you're able to utilize your time and spend it with more people. Okay, so that's the K.C.A.P.S. That's the K.C.A.P.S formula. I'm just getting it up to, getting it working now, and this is the first video just introducing what the K.C.A.P.S is all about, where it came from, and how it can help you. Okay, this is Cliff Woodage, introducing the K.C.A.P.S formula to the internet marketing world. I know it's going to be of great value to team members, team managers alike, and I hope it helps to alleviate some of the the efforts and the time that you're putting into helping people. This is a really easy way of spotting strengths, weaknesses, and pointing them in the right direction, simply to a video folder that's going to be jam-packed full of great information that's going to help them on their K's, their C's, their A's, the P's, or their S's. Okay, and once they're obviously worked on that, that's going to show a marked improvement when they go out into the field and do their job. So it's going to help the whole the whole structure of the business and make it run smoothly. So I hope this helps, and thank you for listening, and till next time.